For many Nigerians, insecurity used to feel distant. It happened somewhere, in another state, in another region, another community. People watched the headlines, discussed the stories, offered sympathy, and then moved on. But increasingly, that feeling of distance is beginning to disappear. Communities that once felt relatively secure are now asking difficult questions. Questions about safety, questions about preparedness, questions about the future. And as reports of abductions and violent incidents spread into places that once felt removed from the crisis, a deeper concern emerges. What happens when fear begins moving closer to home? And perhaps even more importantly, what hope remains for ordinary citizens? Good evening and welcome to Make It Make Sense, where we take the stories shaping Nigeria and strip away the noise. No bias, no propaganda, just sense. My name is Femi Akintunde Johnson. Some of you call me Faj. Tonight, we are stepping into one of the most painful and urgent conversations facing Nigeria: banditry, kidnappings, the growing fear that insecurity may be expanding into places many people once considered safer. Across the country, citizens are asking difficult questions. Why does this menace continue? Why does government sometimes appear unable to stop it quickly? And what can ordinary people do while waiting for larger solutions? But these are emotional questions, yes, but they are also legitimate questions. Hmm. And tonight we approach them carefully, not through panic, not through rumors, but through clarity. And let's break things down to brass tacks and make it make sense. Let us begin with the fear many citizens are quietly carrying. Hmm. Uh, Insecurity changes more than movement. It changes psychology. People begin adjusting travel plans. Night journeys become worrying. Families make more calls. Parents become more anxious. Communities become more alert. And gradually, something powerful begins to change. Mm, Confidence. When citizens lose confidence in safety, daily life itself begins to shift. Business is slow. Movement reduces. Trust weakens. And fear quietly enters ordinary routines. Recent incidents and reports have intensified these concerns, not simply because of the crimes themselves, but because many people now feel the threat is moving closer. And when danger feels closer, public anxiety naturally rises. Now, here is the part many people struggle to understand. Yeah. Security challenges like banditry and kidnapping are not simple crimes with simple solutions. They are often layered problems. Geography matters. Large forests, remote locations, difficult terrains, limited surveillance, movement across wide spaces, you know. But there are also economic pressures, weak local structures, weapons in circulation, intelligence gaps, and the reality that modern security threats often evolve faster than institutions. But this does not excuse failure, but it helps explain the complexity. Many citizens see an incident and ask, why was it not stopped immediately? Sometimes the answer lies in information delays, sometimes in logistics, sometimes in the difficulty of responding across large areas. Security is not only about force, it is also about intelligence, coordination, prevention, and sustained response. But citizens are right to demand safety. Yes, security is one of the most important responsibilities of any state. People should be able to farm, to travel, work, to study, and live without constant fear. But many security threats today are asymmetric. They do not behave like traditional conflicts. They move quickly, hide easily, and adapt constantly. That makes response difficult. Still, difficulty should never become an excuse for silence. Citizens deserve communication, reassurance, visible effort, and confidence that the problem is being confronted. Because when insecurity grows, fear grows with it. And fear itself can become destabilizing. So, what can ordinary citizens do? Citizens cannot replace security institutions, and they should not attempt to. But communities are not powerless. Awareness matters. Information sharing matters. Reporting suspicious activity matters. Responsible community networks matter. Travel planning matters, yes. Avoiding panic and unverified rumors matters. Every false alarm spreads fear. Every careless message creates confusion. Security requires institutions, but resilience often begins with communities. And perhaps one of the most important things citizens can do is remain alert without becoming consumed by fear. So in the end, this may be the most important point of all. Nigeria has faced difficult periods before, and through many of them, citizens continued to endure. That resilience remains one of our strengths. But resilience alone is not enough. People need safety. Communities need confidence. Families need peace of mind. Security must remain more than a promise. It must become a lived reality. Because no society truly prospers when fear sits permanently at the edge of everyday life. And no citizen should feel abandoned in the search for safety. So I say, as usual, clarity is power. Let us seek it. Let us protect it. And let us make it make sense. Have a good night.